In spite of all that Jesus has done for us, is doing for us, and hopes to do for us, some people will still exclude him from their lives. They won't really want anything to do with Jesus. That's very clear from our gospel today, because that's kind of how the story ends. But how does it begin? Well, today's gospel begins with Jesus walking through a rather desolate region, and he encounters two demoniacs, two men who are possessed. And these men are actually violent in their possession, so that nobody wants to pass through there. It's too dangerous. They come and approach Jesus, and they fearfully ask him if he is coming to torment them. Jesus liberates this man from these demons, who ask that they not be just thrown asunder, but placed into the swine, a herd of swine that are close by. And Jesus acquiesces and allows them to do that. He liberates these two men from these demons. They're freed, and these demons enter into the swine, which careen off the side of a steep cliff and end up in the water, drowning. So this huge herd of swine are drowned. The swine herders, the ones who are there, they run back to the town to tell everybody about what happened, about how these two men who were possessed have now been liberated, and how all these pigs, all the swine, ran into the water and died. They drowned. As those townsfolk came, you think their reaction would be one of great joy. After all, Jesus has liberated two of their countrymen. You think that they would be there thinking, we have someone who has power even over the devil, even over demons. Imagine how he can liberate us in our own lives. Instead, they actually beg him, the gospel says, to leave their region. They're not at all happy that he's there. Why? Well, perhaps Jesus' demonstration of power was a powerful sign that frightened them. That's a possibility. Perhaps he was bad for business, in the sense that they've lost a lot of their investments because of Jesus, and they don't want him around because they'd rather make sure they have lots of money, even if it means the price of not being liberated from their sins and other parts of their life too. So they're putting more importance on that financial reality, perhaps, than on the spiritual goods that Jesus would give them if they just said, stay in our midst a little while, be with us today. So it shouldn't surprise us in our own day that in spite of all God has done for us, in spite of all the prophets, in spite of all of the great teachings of the church, in spite of Jesus himself coming into our world and dying, in spite of all the activities of the church throughout the generations, some people still will not believe in God. They will not believe in Jesus. And there can be a variety of reasons for that. But one reason sometimes is, and there are a variety of reasons, to be in a relationship with Jesus is very demanding. It means that we're going to have to be converted. We're going to have to change our life to some degree. We're going to have to move away from sin and embrace the gospel. And that's not always easy, not always fun. And yet, to allow Jesus to transform our life by saying a great yes to him and a no to lesser loves, a no to sins, a no to imperfect things, is hardly an unfair exchange. If anything, we're graced to have the Lord and giver of all life. So let's pray for those whose hearts are hard, those who have difficulty approaching Jesus because of the demands he'll make on them. And let them always realize that with Jesus, it's never a bad exchange. He will never be outdone in generosity. If we can give up things in our life to follow him better, he will always reward us many times in this life and very generously in the next. May God bless you.